Hey, how's it going? It is Jenny with Unfiltered. Jenny, we are going to get into July planning. So here's the deal. You're going to get two videos. Of course, one is how I use this for the big, wide overview of life, of family, of many July birthdays in our family. Business would be Tactile and the Tactile Charger program for the blind, and all the other things I do that I just love to share because I love to share what I love and what is working and what isn't working. So we're going to get into it. And I hope you had a great July. Today is July 31st when I am filming this. And I meant to do this earlier in the week. And that is exactly how July has been working out. So without further ado, we have in the month of July, from the 5th of July to the 10th or the 11th, we have a birthday every single day besides one day. So that's maybe 2 days. I think there's literally 5 birthdays in the first week of July. And then the last week of July, we have from the 23rd to the 30th of July, we also have 3 birthdays. And then in August, we start August off with my birthday. So lots of birthdays. I thought I did a great job this year. And I've got a quarterly huge calendar in my office. And then I literally have month by month by month broken down. So I have 2 sets of calendars. One's a 3-month, and then one is like a set of 12-month calendars, a set of 12 calendars on another wall that I literally am facing. And I thought I did such a good job. I put family activities, birthdays coming up, and they're all color coded because that's what works for me. And yet at the beginning of July, I was like, we're actually together celebrating birthdays on the 4th with my personal family. And I was like, I forgot birthday cards. I make cards for a living. That's part of Be Tactile. That's that's been part of my business world for 5 years now. And the card maker, forgot birthday cards. So that week I frantically shifted stuff around, had to make cards. It took more effort, my health ebbed and flows. And I was like, this is exhausting, but I love these. They turn out beautifully. I may have to drop them and show them to you here at some point, but nonetheless, we are going to get into how I used my Scout Laurel Denise planner. If you have any questions, let me know, drop a comment. And then I do have a little discount on a planner if you're interested in some of their stuff. So we're going to get into it. I'll see you soon. Hey, we are going to get into what July actually looked like. And as I kind of led with, we jumped into July and I forgot about birthdays. And it's not like there's only 1 or 2. There is 1, 2, 3. There's one here. So there's 4, 5 birthdays the first week of July. And then we have another 3 between one's here on the 23rd. And then we have one on the 28th. We had a birthday party for the one that's on the 28th. And then my husband's birthday was on the 30th. Today's the 31st. So yes, I'm filming this the day after his birthday. And it's been a busy month. So this is the first full month that I actually use my Laurel Denise Scout. For the last year, have been making my planner because I just wasn't finding what worked for me. And then that wasn't working and I wasn't using it. We've dealt with some family stuff. It's just kind of been a high intense last quarter. So I fell back in love with Laurel Denise. I never fell out of love, but I picked up one halfway through the year. And so July is really when I finally got to start using this. And we're in the midst of family in ICU, coming out of ICU, going into rehab, coming out of rehab. So July has been a very full month. So I was so grateful for Laurel Denise because I've got the full picture of what's going on the entire month within church and family and faith and friends and health and wellness and Be Tactile and being a business owner and the different things that I love to do and be able to share with you because of things that God has placed on my heart. One of those was I finally, I think around the 18th, I finally got to get this account put together and to start sharing. So the fact that I've been wanting to make that video and open this account to start sharing everything like back in June, and finally got it together on the 18th. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So you can see real quick here in June how I kind of had some stuff planned out, but it wasn't exactly happening yet. So this is the big overview of how it happened for July. I love to use some washi tape. It just kind of defines month by month for me. Of course, we had to do the stars and stripes for 4th of July here in the United States. So here's the month. This is what it looked like. Oh, I had someone sign up under me with pharmacy. Pharmacy are clean skincare, nutrition, and makeup. If that's something you're interested in, there should be a link below. If not, comment and I will reach out to you. We dealt with power company was coming out too. That was a little confusing. We were under the impression they were turning off power and cutting trees for us. Here nor there. If you want that story later, comment below and we will chat about that. And then I started, actually, I'm missing a sticky note or a sticker. Let's go ahead and do that. These are some old Happy Planner fitness stickers. I don't know if they still have those. If you're interested, let me know. I wanted to start using fitness stickers to represent the days that I actually got some sort of structured workout done. Now, some of these, there's hearts, there's weights, there's kettlebells, and there's water. But here's the situation. For me right now, all of these, they just represent physically working out. And Pure Barre has been what has worked the best for me. And I'm not doing a 45, 60-minute workout like you traditionally see someone do within Pure Barre. I'm doing a quick little 10-minute, maybe 20-minute workout. I believe here on the 21st, I did like a 20-minute one, but I'm just showing where I'm being able to show up for myself. So we had another 2-week period here. This was really busy and intense when we had family move from the hospital, rehab. There's always stuff going on with that. You've never been there, congratulations, you have not had to deal with that. And I also want to start putting stickers where I am showing up in church or Bible studies and that sort of thing, because that's really important as a believer in Jesus to just be able to look back and remember when that happened. Right now, I am attending church online for our church because of how my body is being affected this month. So all those did happen no matter how my health was. A couple of these, my husband preached, so that was a lot of fun. So it's been a great month within church. I just haven't started any stickers here on Sundays. So for the month, I didn't use the tracker. I was going to, and I just wanted to get physically into my planner because that's always so hard when we start a new month and just kind of getting things figured out. So I made a couple notes here about there's a new Bible that I'm looking at. So when I get that new Bible, I have some notes here about Bible Study Fellowship, what color I want to use that. I love Bible Study Fellowship, and this year I'm going to do an online program. It's such a good discipleship program, training really theology and just understanding the history as it's going on with what's going on context-wise in the Bible. So that is why I want to do that. And then I'm just making some notes down here. And then you'll see here there was a list for Be Tactile with the Tactile treasure box launching and all of that. And then talking to people, just some notes here about how I wanted to kind of start using this planner. And then I, of course, used some washi tape on a holiday. I thought that would be fun because I didn't really need to remember what we were doing really, because we were just hanging out with family and friends. So we've got that. And then I do mark my birthdays. I do kind of overlap what I mark on the big monthly view as I do on the weekly or the daily view, because that's what works best for me. Oh, and even here I marked, before I knew what I was doing with these stickers, down here I marked bar 20 minutes. Let's see. See, here's my list of birthday cards. So there's all the people I needed to do birthday cards for. Be Tactile. There's a list here of things that needs to be done. A training I wanted to try out. Several things I needed to do. So this is where I started to still put content I needed to create on my huge monthly overview for business, for family, for all the things that I love to share that I love. And you'll see eventually that I kind of just stopped doing that because I decided there was another place in my planner that was going to happen. This third week of July, I kind of finally started getting it together. So I've got a note here, decide next week how to batch. The thing that I keep trying to figure out is, do I do my affiliate and influencer stuff that I love at the same day that I'm doing Be Tactile and Tactile Treasure stuff, or how do I separate that? So I'm still figuring that out even at the very end of July. This note here is next week, Monday, do E&E prayer email for Time with God. Sometimes I don't make Eden and Empire's women's business prayer meeting on Tuesdays. And so I will use that for prayer and my time with God when I do my morning time and devotion, because there's an email that comes out each day after there's prayer, and that's a weekly basis. So if you're a woman and believe in Jesus and would just love some devoted prayer time with only women, let me know and I can get you the hookup on that. She also does an amazing Bible study I need to get back to. It's live on TikTok every morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I just don't get to it, and I love it. There's so much context, especially as a business owner biblically. And so my hope is when I sit down and do lunch is to sit down and be able to just enjoy that. So that's that. And then, so this week of the 20th is really where I started to do Be Tactile on Wednesday and Thursdays, and then do content planning on Monday and Tuesdays. And I'm still kind of figuring some stuff out with that. As I mentioned, I'm really trying to get back into phone calls and following up with organizations that have had an interest in the past for Be Tactile, or organizations that someone has told me to talk to. So I had a really fun, important meeting on the 22nd. And then I've got a reminder about posting planner stuff. So, and then this week I wasn't as good about being in my planner, but I'd kind of made some notes on the weekend about things that I wanted to do. So this is just at a glance of how my Scout Laurel Denise planner has worked for me. And then these back pages are blank, but I don't physically see them. And that's the problem with, I'm still figuring out how I want to use this planner. So that is where that is at. I've also considered for 2027 going with an and layout, and then having the Scout-like planner pages on the bottom. So I've got that big overview, but we will see. Time will tell on what I decide to do with that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this is how I use my Scout planner throughout the month for everything at large for me to keep in mind, both family and church and friends and personal and health and wellness and all the business things that I wear hats for. So I hope you enjoyed this. I would love your support and just following me, sharing this with a friend that could use some help getting their life organized as I figure out how to organize my life with you. So I'll see you soon.